week on the Indiana Members Credit Union Game of the Week. We're here at Roncalli, and they're tied up. Cathedral and Roncalli knocking heads, and here are the highlights. Roncalli on the big drive, the opening drive, takes it down the field, and whoops. You gonna go back? No, they gotta go back. They gotta go back. Okay, listen. All right, and there's the touchdown. All right, we'll take a look at the stats here, and pretty well matched up. Both of these football teams giving up 2 turnovers each, 1 fumble apiece, and also 1 interception. But the difference in the game is Roncalli's mistake, where Cathedral got the fumble and took it down all the way for the tying touchdown just before halftime. So there you have it. You have the highlights. We apologize for some of the technical difficulties, but what a great game here tonight. And you're watching the Indiana Members Credit Union Game of the Week, where Cathedral and Roncalli are tied up at halftime. Stay tuned for the second half.
How would you describe a great liberal arts college?
Distinctive. Challenging. Comprehensive.
Supportive.
Hanover.
You transferred that money into checking?
Yeah, I did it online.
Made the loan payment?
Online.
Checked the balances on our checking and savings?
Online.
Fixed the dryer?
Indiana Members Credit Union. Complete online banking at imcu.org. Because for you, we believe in keeping it simple.
All right, we begin the third quarter. And here is the kick. And that kick by Chad Hurt is taken by Stubbs from about the 70. Juggled the football and held on. And he's brought down on the play. There's a penalty marker down. Somehow Stubbs held on to it. And Matt Bova made the stop. Let's check out the penalty. Face mask against Roncalli.
Another look at it right there. As he's returning the ball, he kind of loses it. Gets upfield, and obviously you see a face mask in there. The referee's obviously on it, and big play for Cathedral because didn't look like a very good return, but with the penalty brings it up to the 38-yard line, which is great field position for the beginning of the second half.
1st and 10 for Cathedral. Max Lupo, the quarterback. We are tied at 7. Stubbs with 7 carries, 27 yards in the first half. What a battle. This is Stubbs, and a very nice pickup, still on his feet for the first down, and much, much more, still going. And finally tackled by Chris Lally. And Lally got some help by Brandon Roberts. What a run, Barry.
What a run. And let me tell you this, in the big games, the big players step up. In this second half, this is where you want to come out. Cathedral, wow, what a run. Watch this. He takes it back outside and cuts it back inside the contain, and then goes back outside, gets a little block. Now I want you to watch the defensive back number 40 come up. He hurdles him right there, jumps right over him, and gets another 6-7 yards on that play. Outstanding play.
31 yards and a first down. So here are the Irish in this 7-7 game. This is Stubbs running left. And he's tackled on the play by Nick Bonich.
Yeah, he started off with 27 yards in the first half, and immediately he's got 58 already in the second half. And, you know, again, this is one of the things that Roncalli's defense didn't want to let happen, is let that guy get any type of rhythm or confidence. And, you know, the first half, they basically pretty much stopped him from getting any kind of big plays. But immediately, first series coming out the second half, he comes out with a big play.
It is a gain of 8. It's 2nd down and 2 from the 23 of the Irish, threatening to go ahead. That is the fullback, Bach Rohr, straight ahead, and he's tackled by Lyle Lawson. Gain of 1. It's 3rd and 1.
You know, we just talk about it all the time. In the first half, it's so critical to score before the second half, because it really pumps your team up in the halftime and everybody's positive. And Cathedral was able to achieve that on a turnover from Roncalli, taking it down just before halftime and tying the game up. And obviously they got the momentum and a lot of confidence coming out the second half.
Here's a 3rd and 1. It looks as if he's got it. Oh, we'll see. Tim Borf initially said he had it. Tim's usually right. It is a first down. Tim, our spotter and statistician. First down for the Irish. The tackle made by Chris Lally.
Great opening drive for Cathedral. Just moving the ball down the field. The quarterback, Lupo, doing a good job at taking him in, taking it right behind those offensive linemen.
Or as a linebacker there, 3rd and 1. What is your thought on a quarterback keep as opposed to a handoff?
You know, you just never know. And, you know, it's pretty hard to stop when the quarterback just kind of follows that center or that guard right through the hole and gets that 1 yard.
Stubbs. And Stubbs is tackled on the play by Steve Wilson. For great deals all year long, go to Bob Rohrman's Indy Hyundai Suzuki on the east side. They're located at 7101 East Washington. Phone 613-7000. General Manager Rick Rohrman supports those Roncalli Rebels. We've got a 2nd down and 9. Clock running. 9:02 to go, 3rd quarter. Stubbs on 2nd and 9, and he's tackled on the play by Bill Perry. This will bring up 3rd down. American Wholesale Furniture wants to wish the Rebels the best of luck and throughout the tournament. American Wholesale and Roncalli, 2 great traditions.
Stubbs, 6 foot, 200 pounds, pretty good size, only a junior. This guy is really just having a phenomenal year, and one of the big things that has made this Cathedral football team what it is today is that young man. He's just having an outstanding year, and he's got to come up big, and so far he's been able to do it the second half.
7th play of the drive, 3rd and 7. Lupo with a little swing pass. It is caught by Bach Rohr, his fullback.
Nice job with the play action pass from Cathedral. They've just really, you talk about on the heels, the Rebels right now are just being backed up. And, you know, we were talking about getting physical up front. Just seemed like Roncalli was more physical in the first half with this offensive line, but second half, somebody got these guys fired up, and they're in a good stance, and they're just driving Roncalli's defensive line off the ball.
1st and goal from the 7. Here's Stubbs. Oh, is he hit? Hit hard by Kyle Danhauer. And that'll bring up 2nd and goal to go. There's Danhauer, a 6'1", 196-pound junior linebacker.
Yeah, step it up, big guy, junior. Watch this. Good job. Good penetration. Look at that. You see the center driven back in the offensive backfield. That's what you want to do, is reestablish that line of scrimmage, and then let your linebackers make the play. Really on this drive, you know, the advantage has been that offensive line for Cathedral.
A loss of a yard, 2nd and goal from the 8. 7-7 in the 3rd quarter. Lupo looking to throw, incomplete. Overthrew his man. Good coverage on the play, too. The intended receiver out there Brandon Axum provided the coverage.
I thought it was a good call, good play action pass, but great recognition by everyone on the defensive side of Roncalli. They just picked up every route, and there was really nothing there. So Lupo does the smart thing and throws it out of bounds.
Matt Wysocki, the intended receiver. Here's a 3rd and goal from the 8. The clock stops, 7:26 to go in the 3rd quarter, and we're tied at 7. This is the sectional championship, Cathedral and Roncalli. Lupo out of the shotgun. He tried to run on a quarterback draw, and he slipped, and it's going to bring up 4th and goal.
Yeah, you got 3rd and long, and for the first time tonight, Cathedral comes out with the 4 wide receivers trying to spread the field there and opening up that inside running lane for Lupo, but Lupo seemed to have stumbled a little bit, and that was the difference on that play. You know, Roncalli obviously recognizing it and making the play.
All right, Vince Evans is going to attempt a field goal. Lupo is holding a 24-yard field goal attempt. That kick certainly has the distance. It is through there. Cathedral leads 10-7. You're watching the Indiana Members Credit Union Game of the Week on TV 40.
My job takes me to water projects in 17 states, but I earned my degree online in just 26 months.
I became a more effective teacher, and I earned a promotion.
I'm a single mother and a busy professional, but I earned my MBA in just 2 years.
My instructors and classmates were all very experienced. The University of Phoenix is a real-world education.
Call 1-800-452-2517.
Here's big news on term life insurance. Matrix Direct now offers quality coverage from American General Life, one of the nation's strongest and highly rated insurance companies. American General Life will be there when you need protection most. A 40-year-old man can get a $250,000 policy for less than $14 a month. Call now for your free quote. The call is free, the quote is free, and there's no obligation.
Call Matrix Direct today for your free quote, 1-800-380-6675.
Cathedral leads it 10-7 on that field goal. The Shelbourne Clinic. Yes, sir, the Shelbourne Clinic, 1-888-FIX-KNEE or ACLMD.com. The Shelbourne Clinic sponsoring our scoreboard this entire season, thanks to Donald Shelbourne and the entire crew. Go to Culver's on 96th Street in Indianapolis and Culver's in Noblesville. Baby back ribs and butterfly shrimp. That's Culver's on 96th. And Culver's in Noblesville.
Well, I think it's easy to say that Roncalli dodged the bullet on that one because Cathedral really came out fired up, taking him down there, but good job of stopping him and holding him to a field goal.
Jimmy Racinger's kick. Brandon Axum took it, and he simply slipped. So, Roncalli, which totally dominated the first quarter, finds itself trailing.
There you go, 55 yards, 11 plays. Look at the time of possession, 5 minutes and 11 seconds, and obviously capping it off with a field goal, 24-yarder by Evans, but just a great way to establish the momentum and establish the fact that you're here to play a good football game, and by taking out that first series and driving it down the field and getting the points.
1st and 10 from the 9. Paul Casaro, the quarterback. That's Cahill. He didn't get very far